Hey y'all, I'm Carrie,
Hey y'all, I'm Mandy.
and this is Monstrous. This episode contains topics and language that may not be suitable for all listeners, and topics that may be triggering to some. Listener discretion is advised. All right, Monday, this episode comes out.
Oh yeah, I was like, hold on. You're right, I'm wrong.
Yeah, because we recorded it.
Yeah,
Your mic's under your shirt, just so you know.
it did it last time.
Put it on the other side.
No, I don't like it on the other side.
Oh, God.
It gets on my nerves.
Oh, Lord. Okay, anyway. We'll see if Eric is going to be rude again today.
Or see who it is. It might not be Eric this
It
time.
might be somebody else. We'll see. Okay. So we're back with the one that we skipped over for Friday.
Yeah,
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
In the rolling foothills of northern Georgia lies a shimmering expanse of water, a popular destination for boating, fishing, and summer fun. But beneath the surface of Lake Lanier, a darker story unfolds, a tale of submerged towns, unmarked graves, and a legacy of tragedy that continues to echo through the waters. Early morning mist rises off the lake, reflecting sunrise like glass, while at night the stillness is broken only by distant calls of wildlife or the lapping of water against hidden structures. The calm surface hides steep drop-offs, sunken trees, and debris that have claimed hundreds of lives over the decades. Lake Lanier is a man-made reservoir. It was created in the 1950s by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. This construction of the Buford Dam on the Chattahoochee River flooded over 38,000 acres of land. This included entire communities, roads, bridges, mills, and cemeteries.
Damn.
Yeah. Among the most significant of these was Oscarville. This was a once thriving Black community in Forsyth County. Before European settlers arrived, the area was home to Native American tribes, including the Cherokee, whose well, it's not Eric today.
It's a female.
Yep, we got us a new little ghosty for you.
Look at that.
Okay, we'll see if she tells us her name. Okay, where was I? Including the Cherokee, whose presence she's in the living room.
The boys will have fun.
Yep, she's in there hanging out with Logan, whose presence adds a deeper layer of history to the lake's haunted reputation. Oscarville was a prosperous town. It was home to carpenters, blacksmiths, bricklayers, and farmers. In 1912, a series of racially motivated events led to the forced expulsion of its Black residents. The town was then abandoned and its residents were displaced. By the time Lake Lanier was constructed, the remnants of Oscarville and the other communities were submerged beneath its waters. Many cemeteries were flooded as well. While some remains were relocated, it is believed that numerous unmarked graves were left behind. The occupants...
Duh. I can't see you. She said you're lying.
I am telling the truth. The fuck?
You're fucking rude. You lied.
I am telling the truth. And you can't see me because you're in the living room. We're outside. I can't help you with that. God, rude.
I know. They're all rude.
Ghosts are rude to you. She's rude to me.
I know.
God, maybe you need to
hold it.
control. Yeah, here,
Here, let me hold it. I'll do it.
Maybe she won't be so rude if you hold it.
We'll see.
Okay. By the time Lake Lanier was constructed, the remnants of Oscarville and other communities were submerged beneath its waters. This disturbance has contributed to the lake's endearing reputation as a haunted and even cursed location.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. This is a good one. That's why this one is a full by itself. So since its creation, Lake Lanier has been the site of hundreds of drownings, boating accidents, and other tragedies. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Over 700 deaths have been recorded at Lake Lanier.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Its underwater terrain is treacherous, with submerged trees, buildings, and other hazards posing dangers even to the most experienced swimmers and boaters. High-profile incidents from jet ski accidents to boat explosions continue to remind visitors of the lake's unpredictability and peril. The tragedies and the lake's dark history have given rise to numerous legends. The most famous is the Lady of the Lake. She is said to be the spirit of a young woman who drowned near a bridge in the 1950s. still haunting the shoreline and the water's edge. Fishermen and boaters report shadowy figures beneath the surface, sudden cold spots, and eerie sounds that carry across the lake at night. Divers occasionally see remnants of submerged buildings, bridges, and roads, adding to the sense that the past never truly disappears. Despite its natural beauty and popularity, Lake Lanier carries the weight of a troubled past. It is a place where human progress and natural serenity collide with history, tragedy, and folklore. Submerged towns, unmarked graves, and countless lost lives serve as a haunting reminder of the cost paid by the people who once lived there. The lake's waters conceal stories of displacement, grief, and lingering spirits, all waiting quietly beneath the surface, unseen but never forgotten. And yet, for all its beauty and calm, Lake Lanier is far more than a recreational escape. Beneath the surface, beneath the mists and quiet waters, lies a story that is as complex as it is haunting. A story of communities lost, lives claimed by the lake, and legends that refuse to be forgotten. So, to truly understand Lake Lanier, we have to start at the beginning, the creation of the lake itself, the towns and families that it consumed, and the tragedies that then followed. So, this, obviously, is the story of Lake Lanier, a lake that holds both history and mystery, a place where the past lingers just beneath the waves, waiting to be uncovered. Before Lake Lanier became a shimmering expanse of water, it was a land of rolling hills, fertile farmlands, and vibrant communities. Towering forests line the Chattahoochee River, while streams and creeks carve winding paths through the valleys. The land teemed with life, deer grazing in the meadows, wild turkeys strutting along the hillsides, and fish darting beneath crystal clear waters. Seasonal floods and the rhythmic flow of the river shaped the land, nourishing both nature and the people who called it home. Long before European settlers arrived, the Cherokee and other Native American tribes, as history in America goes, thrived here. They established villages along the river, hunted in the forest, farmed fertile valleys, and held spiritual ceremonies tied to the waterways that sustained them. In these communities, the river was more than a source of food or trade. It was a lifeline, a sacred artery connecting the people to the land and each other. As settlers arrived in the 18th and 19th centuries, small towns and homesteads sprang up along the river and its tributaries. Fertile soil supported abundant crops, and forests provided timber for mills, carpentry, and construction. Sawmills and grist mills dotted the streams, supplying both local needs and goods for trade. Communities built schools, churches, and communal gathering places, creating a rich social fabric woven with work, faith, and family life. Among these settlements were Black communities like Oscarville, whose residents carved out prosperous lives despite the racial tensions of the era. Families farmed, raised livestock, and maintained tight-knit communities centered on resilience, pride, and cooperation. Even in this idyllic setting, there was an unspoken impermanence. The hills, valleys, and unwaters that nurtured life would one day be claimed by human ambition. Families, homes, and entire towns that had thrived for generations would vanish beneath rising waters, leaving only echoes of the past. In the 1950s, that tide of change arrived. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers began construction of the Buford Dam on the Chattahoochee River, part of a massive plan to provide hydroelectric power, flood control, and a steady water supply for the rapidly growing metropolitan area. Completed in 1956, the dam created Lake Lanier, a reservoir that covered more than 38,000 acres. The construction transformed the landscape in ways unimaginable. Over 250 families were displaced, entire towns submerged, roads and bridges completely vanished beneath the water, and cemeteries were flooded. The remnants of Oscarville and other communities like this now rest silently. What'd she say?
Where am I?
I don't know.
Where are you?
She don't know, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give her a minute to think. They now rest silently beneath the lake, alongside countless traces of life, labor, and memory. Even today, divers occasionally glimpse the outlines of buildings and roads beneath the lake's surface.
Damn.
Lake Lanier, as it exists now, is a marvel of engineering, recreation, and utility, but it is also a testament to human cost. Its waters hide stories of displaced families, lost towns, and communities whose lives were forever altered. It is in this space between beauty and tragedy that we begin to explore the deeper history of the land, the rivers, forests, and towns that existed long before the lake ever appeared, and the people whose lives shaped this legacy. So before the tranquil waters of Lake Lanier graced the northern Georgia landscape, the land was a tapestry of bustling communities, fertile farmland, and rich cultural histories, as I said.
Please. She said she's pleased.
I'm glad that you like it.
She is pleased with your story.
I'm so glad. Yep, she likes you. So if it's a girl, you get to.
I'll keep her, and next time if it's a guy, then you keep him.
Yep, I'll keep Eric. Yep.
Okay.
The area now submerged beneath the lake was once home to thriving towns, each with its own unique story. So among these communities that would eventually vanish beneath the lake was Oscarville. This was, like I said, a predominantly Black town in Forsyth County, Georgia. This was founded during the Reconstruction era. Oscarville was a rare beacon of Black prosperity in a region marked by racial tension. In 1911, the town had approximately 1,100 residents, many of whom were homeowners, farmers, and skilled artisans. The town was situated along fertile farmland and near small tributaries of the Chattahoochee River, with a layout that included a central street lined with homes, a school, a church, and local businesses such as a general store and workshops for carpenters, blacksmiths, and bricklayers.
Damn.
Some families had lived on the same plots for generations, their homes, barns, and gardens reflecting decades of labor and care. The community was known for its agricultural prowess, particularly their poultry farming. And residents took pride in their thriving businesses, their school, and life in their town in general. Skilled artisans provided services both locally and to neighboring communities, and this made Oscarville largely self-sufficient. Children attended school alongside their elders. The church gathering served spiritual, social, and political purposes. They hosted meetings, celebrations, and seasonal festivals that reinforced the town's tight-knit identity. Residents often traveled to nearby towns along dirt roads or trails. They shared goods, services, and news. Photographs from this era show rows of modest homes, wooden fences, and community gardens capturing the vibrancy of life before their disaster struck. This vibrant life was brutally disrupted in 1912. Following the assault of a white woman named May Crow, 3 Black men from Oscarville were arrested and later executed. This incident ignited violent backlash from white residents, resulting in a
large. She said large.
Large.
In all capital letters.
What's large?
I don't know. She's listening now.
Hey. That's weird. Large. Large amount of people?
Yeah,
maybe?
I don't know. She's weird.
That's weird. Resulting in the forcible expulsion of over 1,000 Black residents from Forsyth County. Families were threatened, harassed, and ultimately driven from their homes, often leaving behind possessions, livestock, and land that they had cultivated for generations. The descendants recount stories from families fleeing with little more than the clothes on their backs, walking through woods and along riverbanks to find safety elsewhere. The once thriving town of Oscarville was abandoned, marking one of the most extreme examples of racial cleansing in the region. That's what that's called. In the decades that followed, the land that had once housed Oscarville was gradually acquired by the government. By the late 1940s, plans were underway to construct a reservoir on the Chattahoochee River. The construction of Lake Lanier in the 1950s would ultimately swallow the remnants of Oscarville and the neighboring communities around it beneath its waters. This included all the homes, schools, churches, and streets that once stood there and were full of life. Yet even as the physical traces of Oscarville disappeared, its legacy lived on through photographs, maps, oral histories, local lore, and the descendants who carried their stories and memories of a resilient and very proud community. Oscarville's story is a profound reminder of the layered history beneath Lake Lanier. a place where human ambition, racial injustice, and the forces of nature intersected, leaving both loss and enduring memory beneath the waters. But as I said, there were other communities like Oscarville. Scattered throughout those rolling hills and river valleys of northern Georgia were dozens of small towns, farms, and landmarks that had grown over generations, each with its very own story, livelihoods, and their own local culture. These were all places that were destined to disappear beneath the rising waters when Buford Dam was completed in the 1950s. So dozens of small towns are beneath Lake Lanier.
That's wild. I wonder if anybody dives and tries to see if they can find anything.
Oh, you can see it.
Oh, you
Especially,
can?
yeah, especially when the water rescinds, you can see like parts of the buildings.
That's wild. That'd be neat.
Curry Creek was one of these communities. I'm going to tell you about a few of them. Nestled along a creek that powered a local grist mill, the town supported a network of farms that provided grain, vegetables, and livestock for surrounding areas. Life here revolved around the rhythms of agriculture, planting, harvest, and market days. Families worked side by side, neighbors helped one another during harvest season, and local children attended a one-room schoolhouse. The mill itself was a focal point, not only economically, but socially. This brought residents together and fostered a sense of interdependence. Residents celebrated harvest with small feasts, and church gatherings often doubled as social events, creating a strong community bond. Some families even transported goods via the Chattahoochee River that connected Vickery Creek to larger markets, including in Atlanta. With the creation of Lake Lanier, Vickery Creek vanished, leaving only traces underwater in old maps and in the memories of their descendants. The next one is Thompson Bridge. This was another one of the big communities that was wiped out. This bridge spanned the Chattahoochee River, and it connected neighborhoods, farms, all of that in this area. Homes lined the banks, and local commerce thrived with shops, blacksmiths, and farms that supplied produce to all the neighboring towns. The bridge was more than just a crossing. It was the heartbeat of daily life. This enabled trade and community connection. Roads leading to Thompson Bridge connected families, schools, and churches, creating a network of small communities across the hill. Population estimates suggest that a few hundred residents lived in this little area alone. When Lake Lanier was formed, the bridge and the surrounding homes were completely submerged, erasing vital
Catherine.
Oh, well,
Maybe that's her name. Yeah.
Live for long enough.
I know, damn.
Shit.
Eric introduced himself right away.
I know, he didn't say shit before he said his name. Whatever.
Right.
This erased vital infrastructure and severing physical connections between the communities. So there's like an entire bridge under the lake.
That's insane, dude.
Mm-hmm. Other smaller towns and landmarks that I'm not going to go into like a whole lot of detail in include Gwinnett's Ferry, Flowery Branch, and Chestnut Grove. Many of these communities were agriculture or milling centers, often with their very own churches, schools, businesses, all of that. Roads and trails that connected them together, some following century-old Native American paths, were permanently submerged.
Damn.
Natural features like rock outcroppings, dense forests, and wetlands were all drowned out, later creating boating hazards and shaping the eerie, unpredictable character of the lake. Beyond these towns, countless farms and homesteads disappeared. Generations of families had cultivated the land, building homes, barns, workshops, and gardens that reflected their labor, culture, and pride. Families were forced to relocate, often leaving behind cemeteries, treasured possessions, and homes filled with memories. Oral histories recount families walking through the hills and woods to gather what they could carry, leaving behind tools, furniture, and personal heirlooms that would be swallowed up by the lake. Cemeteries and sacred spaces were among the most biggest losses. Some graves were relocated, but many were left completely submerged, resting quietly beneath the water. These sites became part of Lake Lanier's mystique, contributing to stories of haunting and the eerie reputation that surrounds the lake to this day. Even divers and local fishermen report glimpses of submerged foundations, roads, and other remnants, which serve as silent reminders of the communities that once thrived above the water. The flooding of these communities was not simply a physical transformation either. It was the erasure of generations of life, culture, and community identity. And yet the memories of these towns endure through descendants, photographs, maps, oral histories, legends, folklore, all of that. You get a small glimpse of what once stood. Whispers of lives once lived along the valleys and hills of northern Georgia tell you all about this area. These lost towns, though unseen beneath the lake, continue to shape its character, leaving a legacy of both human achievement and human tragedy lurking just below the surface. Even as Lake Lanier transformed northern Georgia into a hub of recreation and natural beauty, its waters have carried a much darker legacy, one of tragedy, misfortune, and untold loss. Beneath the calm surface lies a complex landscape of these submerged towns. There's hidden debris and unpredictable currents, making it far more dangerous than many visitors realize. From the moment Buford Dam was completed in 1957, the lake began to claim lives. Families who once lived along its banks watched as the land they knew vanished, replaced by an immersive body of water stretching over 38,000 acres with more than 690 miles of shoreline. This vast expanse quickly became a magnet for summer activity. But the lake's size and depth conceal the hazards that are invisible. Lake Lanier has earned a reputation as one of the most deadliest lakes in the United States.
Damn, really? I didn't know that.
With estimates of over 500 drownings since it was created.
Holy shit.
Many fatalities are the result of hidden underwater debris, strong currents, sudden drop-offs, or seasonal fluctuations in water levels. Submerged remnants of towns and farms pose hidden dangers that can trap swimmers or capsize boats. Several of these notable incidents that illustrate this unpredictable danger is July 1983, a small motorboat struck a submerged tree stump near the site of Old Thompson Bridge and it capsized. Two teenagers drowned while a third survived and later described the moment, saying it felt like something grabbed the boat from below. We didn't even see it coming.
That's insane.
Then in August of 1997, a family swimming near a submerged road of Vickery Creek was caught in a sudden current. 2 adults were rescued, but their teenage daughter was pulled under and never recovered.
Aww.
So they never found her.
That's sad.
In June 2005, a jet ski collided with an underwater foundation in the northern section of the lake, injuring 2 riders and reinforcing the unseen hazards that lurk beneath the surface. In September 2011, 2 young men in a canoe were swept over a partially submerged bridge foundation during an unexpected late summer storm. Only one survived, later recounting the shock of the cold churning water, saying, quote, "I felt like the river beneath had a mind of its own, dragging me into places I couldn't see."
That would be creepy. That'd be scary.
The last recorded death just happened earlier this year.
Oh, really?
Yep. So local accounts describe sudden entanglements with submerged debris or being pulled toward areas where old streets and homes once lay. Families lost relatives who've vanished quickly beneath the surface, sometimes never to be seen again. One fisherman recounts that, "I've seen a shadow move under the water where no shadow should be, like a building or street that isn't supposed to be there anymore." These stories illustrate how the lake's invisible past continues to shape modern tragedy. So Lake Lanier's sheer size and depth make recovery efforts extremely difficult. Dive teams and rescue crews.
Success.
Well, thank you. Rescue crews must navigate through submerged streets, foundations, tree stumps, often through very limited visibility. Currents funneled through the valleys created by the old river and town layouts complicate operations, leaving families with prolonged uncertainty. Even today, some victims remain missing, reinforcing both grief and local legend.
That'd be hard.
Right. Eventually you're in the water, eventually typically you
Right.
float up. They never have.
Suspicious. Yeah, exactly.
Right, girl. Suspicious. You got that right. So drownings and boating accidents peak during summer months, holidays, and weekends, of course. This is because recreational use is at its highest. Children, first-time swimmers, and inexperienced boaters are particularly vulnerable. Over the decades, authorities have implemented safety measures, warning signs, they've restricted areas, and even issued paroles.
Damn.
Or patrols, sorry.
Patrols, yeah.
Yeah. But the lake's hazards persist, especially over the submerged town sites. Accidents involving boating or jet skis are more frequent than swimming incidents. This reflects the lake's popularity for motorized recreation. People do swim here, but it's a large lake, so most people take their boats and shit out. So submerged streets, foundations, and structures from towns like Oscarville, Vickery Creek, and Thompson Bridge create unusual currents and entrapment zones. Swimmers and boaters navigating these areas may encounter sudden drop-offs or obstacles hidden just below the surface, such as rocks, tree stumps, other features that were once part of the natural and human-made landscape. This all creates additional risk for those that are unfamiliar with the lake's history. Even modern
You're back.
I didn't go nowhere.
I don't know. She said you're back.
What the fuck? Okay. Even modern recreational routes occasionally intersect with these hazards, reminding visitors that the past is never fully gone. So these tragedies have shaped how locals view the lake. Families living along its shores respect the water, often warning visitors about quote-unquote quiet spots where accidents are more likely. Lifeguards, boaters, and residents recount stories of past incidents, creating an informal oral history blending fact, caution, and superstition. Some locals whisper that certain areas should be avoided altogether, especially near the old cemetery sites, the submerged foundations, and these are for all reasons beyond simple safety. While most drownings can be explained by natural causes or just human error, the presence of these submerged towns and cemeteries can...
She said move over.
There's no room, girlfriend. You're going to have to sit on the porch because there is no room. I'm sorry. This is a little tiny chair I'm sitting in.
It really is.
So the presence of these submerged towns and cemeteries contributes to the lake's eerie reputation. Divers occasionally report feeling sudden chills or seeing glimpses of objects beneath the surface, such as furniture, foundations, and even faint outlines of old homes. Fishermen tell stories of shadowy structures or streets, and some accidents have become the origin of local ghost stories. Many believe... No, I don't think so. Have you met her, Mandy?
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Many believe the lake remembers the lives it has claimed, leaving behind a lingering presence beneath its shimmering surface. Lake Lanier remains a striking example of the coexistence of beauty and danger. Its sparkling waters offer recreation and escape, yet beneath the surface lie layers of history, loss, and unresolved tragedy. Each year, new accidents remind locals and visitors that the lake may seem calm. Test.
Yeah, she said test in all capital letters.
What the hell? The lake may seem calm, but it holds the memory of a vanished past and the unpredictable power of nature. Lake Lanier, like I said, it's man-made. So it's in...
Charming.
Thank you. So it's in northern Georgia. So it's right in the middle of 3 separate states, okay? So Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. There was a huge fight over who had control over how it was built and all of that when it first, like, the plans first came out. Because all 3 had say over it.
Right.
Because it's land for all 3. Then once they got that figured out, there was fighting and arguing over what to name the lake. So for a long time, it was unnamed. Eventually, they named it after Sidney Lanier. It's actually Sidney Lanier Lake, but everybody just calls it Lake Lanier. But now if you Google it and look it up, it tells you it's in Georgia. I guess it's just...
He told her.
Oh, okay. Girl, share what he told you.
So she must be sitting there talking to him.
Maybe. I'm not sure why they decided to say, here, this is Georgia lake now. I'm not sure. I couldn't figure that out. Maybe it's just easier to say, here, this is in Georgia, rather than trying to say it was in all 3 states.
Or maybe Georgia just has a bigger piece or something.
They might, yeah. I'd have to look it up on a map and try to,
Figure it out.
yeah, figure out what the state lines are. Um, Either way, it's technically in all 3 states.
Mhm.
So this lake is widely celebrated because of its lore,
Mhm.
all the way around. Uh, okay, but beneath that sparkling, lore-attracting water lies a far darker story. The waters cover, as we said, towns, homes, cemeteries, all of that. It's claimed hundreds of lives over the several decades. These included the drownings and accidents I've told you about, along with mysterious disappearances.
Could you find where most of the accidents happened?
It's different
Or is it
areas.
just all over the
Yep,
place?
it's the entire lake.
Oh, shit, okay.
Primarily, it's over the cemeteries and the towns, but it's all over the
Hmm.
entire lake. There's specific areas where, they call them quiet spots,
Yeah.
but it's not what you would think. There's been a shit ton of accidents there, and so locals just avoid those areas altogether because there've been so many people that have
Right.
died or went missing.
That's insane.
Right. Mist often drifts across the lake in the early morning hours. And then the still waters conceal shadows and shapes that seem to move on their own, leaving even seasoned boaters of the lake very uneasy. Locals whisper that certain stretches of the lake are best avoided after dark, specifically. This is where the echoes of the past linger, and those who venture too close seem to sense the presence of the lives that were once lived there. It is here, in this quiet tension between beauty and tragedy, that Lake Lanier's most chilling stories have taken root. Tales of restless spirits, phantom apparitions, and unexplained phenomena that have captured and terrified visitors for generations. So, this is where we get into why
The good part.
Lake Lanier is in our spooky season episodes. So, one of the most enduring and spine chilling legends of Lake Lanier is that of the Lady of the Lake. So, I mentioned it earlier, but to go into detail, the story of Lady of the Lake began in 1958. This was when 2 friends. What'd she say?
I told him, you are annoying. Bitch called you annoying.
You're annoying the fuck! I don't like you. We're not friends. Whatever your damn name is, I don't even remember.
She said I told him you're annoying.
You're annoying. Fuck you.
She said you're revolting.
So are you. Shit, at least I'm not dead. Fuck.
She is
Ugh.
clowning on your ass.
She's a bitch. I don't like her. That's okay. Eric didn't like you.
Yeah, but Eric didn't say that
Eric
shit
called
about
you
me.
a hag.
He did, but he didn't say I was revolting.
I would rather be that than a hag.
These ghosts are
I
bitches.
know. God. I think we need to go get some sage and
I know.
re-sage my house.
Bless the
God.
composers.
Ugh. I don't like you, Catherine. We ain't friends no more. Go on somewhere. We need Eric back. Where's Eric? Can you find Eric, please?
Are you recording?
Yes, we are. You hateful thing. I feel like you owe me an apology. Ugh, she's so mean.
She ain't talking now. She done with you.
I know. God, talk about a ghost hurting your feelings. Shit.
I know, right?
No, I'm just kidding.
Talk about traumatizing.
I know. Dang. Ugh. You thought Eric was mean.
I know. She's on it.
She's ruthless. She's like, I don't like you. You talk too much.
She said, are you recording?
I need a break for a second after that.
Kevin, you done fucked her up.
I know. Mean ass ghost, ain't she? Shit.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something the boys would say to us.
I know. She's playing dirty today. Shit.
No.
Catherine is the one that kept messing up last time it was her.
She is.
She just never told us her name.
She's trifling.
So maybe she's talking about both of us being annoying.
She might be.
Because last time we tried to use her, remember our recording stuff didn't work.
Maybe that's why she asked if we were recording. She's gonna fuck our shit up.
God, I hope not. Ugh, okay. So this was when 2 friends, Delia Mae Parker Young and Susie Roberts, left a dance in Gainesville. After a brief stop for gas, they were driving across one of the bridges spanning the dark, still waters of the lake when their vehicle suddenly lost control and plunged into the depths. Both girls disappeared without a trace, leaving the community shocked and grief-stricken. The following year, a fisherman discovered a decomposed, unidentifiable body floating near the bridge. Locals believe that it was Delia, though Susie's fate remains unsolved. From that moment, whispers began to spread of a spectral figure haunting the bridge and the shoreline. A woman in a flowing blue dress, her expression mournful yet searching, wandering the lake as if she was seeking something she had lost. Sightings of the Lady of the Lake have persisted across decades, most commonly between midnight and 3 a.m., when the lake is cloaked in darkness and fog. Drivers report a pale figure suddenly appearing in their headlights, standing on the bridge or by the roadside only to vanish when she's approached. Boaters have described a shadowy form pacing the shoreline, sometimes waving for help only to dissolve into mist as they draw near. Divers tell of sudden chills, strange currents, and the unnerving sensation of being watched beneath the murky depths, as if unseen hands brushed past them. Some report faint, echoing whispers, soft splashes, dragging sounds, or even distant cries from the water, suggesting that she is still searching. Certain patterns or rituals are said to trigger her appearance as well. Locals claim that if a driver stops on the bridge, honks a car horn, or calls her name aloud, she may appear or move closer to you. Some even warn against staring too long into the water or attempting to cross the bridge alone after dark, as these actions are believed to draw her attention.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Witnesses often describe intense physical reactions. What'd she say?
Book.
Book. I don't have no book. What are you talking about?
This is strange. This is strange.
Yes, girlfriend, it is. She's probably like, what is this tomfoolery you
Mhm.
are up to? Witness often describes intense physical reactions to her, such as racing hearts, goosebumps, feelings of paralysis, and even sudden fear. And this all leaves them questioning what is real and what is just their
Right.
brain based off of stories. Her presence is often reported during foggy nights in the chill of fall or winter, or even just before a storm. And this is whenever the wind carries faint, unnatural sounds across the water. So it may carry her
Mhm.
spirit. The Lady of the Lake's appearance is most commonly noted on the anniversary of her death, when the lake is shrouded in mist and the moonlight glints off her blue dress. Her dress is said to flow unnaturally in the breeze. Her hair shifts as if it's being moved by invisible currents, and her eyes carry a sorrow so deep that it leaves an impression long after she vanishes.
That'd be creepy.
Right.
Kind of cool though.
I don't know. I'd be like, oh, I'd be like, what is wrong with this lady over here? The story is deeply intertwined with the broader history of Lake Lanier. The Lady of the Lake is not just a ghostly figure, but a living reminder of those lost and a spectral echo of the sorrow and unrest that the waters conceal. Her tale also connects to other haunted areas and submerged towns across the lake. Locals whisper that unexplained phenomena, strange apparitions, and eerie sounds appear near the sites of old homes, bridges, and cemeteries, suggesting that she is a part of a larger network of restless spirits that haunt the reservoir.
Hmm.
So even after leaving the bridge or shoreline, her presence is,
She wants you to go.
I live here, I want you to go. Okay, this is my house. You can go.
She is fed up with you.
I'm fed up with her at this point. We are not friends, Catherine. So even after leaving the bridge or shoreline, her presence is said to linger. Many report nightmares, reoccurring feelings of unease, and an inexplicable sense of being watched near the lake days after an encounter.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm good.
Mm.
Subtle sounds of wind, distant animal calls, or even the gentle lapping of water against unseen foundations can evoke her presence, even when she's not visible, leaving witnesses with a lasting impression of dread. So you call her and she doesn't want to be called, you're not going to feel very good.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Right. The Lady of the Lake serves as both a mournful centennial and a chilling reminder, wandering the bridge and the shoreline, ensuring that the past, with all its sorrow, mystery, and tragedy, remains ever present. Her story foreshadows the many other restless spirits and haunting encounters that await across Lake Lanier, setting the stage for the chilling tales yet to come. So, before the creation of Lake Lanier, the area was home to several communities, most of them,
She told you to look closer.
how closer can I look at it? What the hell?
Yep, she said look closer.
Including that of Oscarville, which we already went into.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 1950s, the Army Corps engineer had flooded the valleys of the Chattahoochee River, submerging everything there.
She said hotel. She wants you to go get a hotel. She's tired of you.
You go get a hotel. This is my house.
She fed up with you.
Ugh. So all of these areas that were flooded along the Chattahoochee River were not merely historical remnants. They were places where the past lingered then and still continue to linger now. Divers that explore Lake Lanier often report disturbing and inexplicable experiences, particularly in, cemeteries, homes, those areas. Many have described sudden drops in temperature, icy currents brushing against their bodies, and the sensation of being pushed or pulled by unseen forces. Right. Ain't no fucking way, dude. Like, I don't think I would ever get into a body of water again.
If I can see it, I'm okay.
No, I'm
But if
saying,
I
what
can't
I'm
see
saying
it-
is, like, if I'm in the water and I feel somebody push me or pull me
right.
and there's nobody there, I don't think I will ever get in the fucking water again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I can't see it,
Oh, it's
something like that
100%.
happen, it would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
But if I could see it and be like, oh, okay, kind of.
Oh, I got you now. I thought you meant like the
think
bottom.
out in my head, I would be a little bit better than some shit like that happening to me and not being able to see where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Like, no,
No,
guy.
mm-mm.
Yes, you do.
Is she annoying you now?
Yeah. She's saying dumb shit. Like, how would you not understand what the hell I just said?
Maybe she'll leave me alone and come after you now because you're being
She
mean.
is. I feel violated.
You feel violated. Imagine how I feel. Ugh. Okay. Visibility is often reduced to mere inches. Divers have reported to sometimes see shadowy figures hovering near the submerged structures, briefly glimpsed before vanishing into the depths. Others report strange glowing lights that move along the lake bed or soft, muffled voices echoing underwater, as if the sunken towns themselves are calling out.
Yeah, I don't know about the underwater thing.
Yeah. No, thank you. Some divers also notice malfunctions with equipment, such as their flashlights will flicker, cameras will fail to work, and sonar seem to pick up unexplained anomalies. The lake bed is littered with remnants of a vanished world. There's rusted vehicles, broken furniture, and the skeletal outlines of buildings. And all of these add to the tangible and eerie presence to everyone's experience. So eyewitness accounts intensified this sense of dread. One diver recounted feeling an unseen...
Anna, do we got a new one?
Oh, maybe we have a new ghost, and maybe this one's nice.
Yeah.
Because she said Anna's. Maybe we have a new one.
Why are you asking? Yeah. She's a rude bitch.
Because you said Anna. Why else would we be asking? Ugh. One diver recounted feeling an unseen hand brush past his leg while passing over what appeared to be the outline of a sunken... Yeah, so like this. So like, as he's in the water.
I do understand.
She said, girl, you don't understand at all. This one don't like you.
I know, shit.
We'll just go through the ghost rotation. We'll find one that likes us both.
Right. Maybe one day.
Oh, okay. Another describes seeing a faint human-like silhouette in a window of a submerged structure, only for it to vanish when he approached it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Many divers report lingering unease for days after their dive, including nightmares, anxiety, and an inexplainable fear of returning to the water.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The lake submerged cemeteries amplify this haunting. Graves that were not relocated lie quietly beneath the surface, some near clusters of reported ghostly activity. Locals believe the unrest of these spirits, along with the sorrow of the displaced communities, fuels much of the lake's eerie reputation, which I would say, yeah.
Right.
um, da, da. These submerged entities are not isolated either. Many believe they are connected to the other hauntings on the lake, including the Lady of the Lake, and the Phantom Hitchhiker of Brown's Bridge. It is as if Lake Lanier itself acts as a conduit, binding the restless spirits below with the apparitions that wander the surface, thus creating a network of unrest that spans on both water and land. Time and season seem to play a big role in all of these experiences. Night dives, foggy mornings, and cold weather explorations are often when encounters are the most intense. Divers report faint echoes, distant knocking, or even whispers that seem to come from nowhere. Sounds that chill them to the bone and leave them questioning whether they are truly alone. No.
Yeah.
If I'm out somewhere and I'm like, am I actually by myself? Fuck no. I'm getting the hell out of there. Mm-mm. The Lake Lanier, with its hidden depths and watery tombs, is far more than a recreational reservoir, as we have now all learned. It is a resting place for interrupted lives, a stage for lingering sorrow, and a magnet for the unexplained. For those brave enough to explore its submerged reaches, the lake is a chilling reminder that some histories refuse to stay buried, that some spirits cannot rest, and that the tragedies of the past continue to watch and wait from beneath the surface. Brown's Bridge, spanning a quieter section of Lake Lanier, has long been a focal point for ghost stories and unexplained phenomena. Locals and travelers alike speak to the Phantom Hitchhiker, a young woman who appears on the bridge late at night, most frequently between midnight and 3 a.m., particularly during October and early November. So it's almost that time. When the fog hangs low and the air feels unnaturally heavy. Witnesses describe her standing at the roadside, her pale blue or white dress fluttering in the breeze. Her expression is said to be vacant and otherworldly, as if she exists on the edge between both life and death.
Oh, nice.
Those who stop to help often report immediate sensory changes. So a sudden chill, oppressive heaviness in the air, and the unsettling sensation of unseen hands brushing against them or their passengers.
I touch you, man. Then I'm running.
I know, that'd be creepy as shit.
She silently enters the vehicle. Sometimes she provides a name or even an address, often leading to places that do not exist.
She said move out of her way.
Oh, bitch, you move out the way. The fuck? Ugh.
In her fucking
I don't like her. Did we get Catherine back?
No, I can to you.
I know. Ugh. Okay. Moments later, she vanishes.
Downstairs.
So go downstairs.
Downstairs.
Anyway, moments later, she vanishes, sometimes mid-ride, sometimes before the car even reaches the end of the bridge, leaving behind wet footprints, icy air, or lingering dread within the car. Radios flicker, seatbelts tighten, doors lock, and headlights dim in her presence. Even hours later, it is said that the sensation of her presence can still be felt. This is accompanied by nightmares or a hesitant reluctance to approach the bridge again. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Right. None of them seem to be like malevolent.
Mistress.
Oh, what? That is not what I was trying to say.
Right?
Maybe she was a mistress. Maybe that's what she's saying.
Then she shouldn't be so fucking rude as she.
Right. Anyway, Brown's Bridge is said to be a hotspot for more unexplained phenomena. Vehicles stall inexplicably while crossing. Fog or mist can roll in suddenly. And pedestrians or anglers have reported hearing footsteps on the wooden planks, soft sobbing or faint whispers, along with fleeting, shadowy figures near the railings or in the mirrors of their vehicles that vanish when directly observed. So if you turn around to look, they're gone.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would freak me the fuck
Mhm.
out. Witnesses also describe unusual animal behavior, such as dogs barking at empty spaces or birds acting erratically.
You should pay
Dogs,
attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
dogs can sense that stuff.
Yep. Unexplained sounds from beneath the bridge, such as tapping, scraping, or muffled cries, suggest a connection to the submerged towns beneath the lake, hinting that the spirits below may interact with the bridge's apparitions. Sudden gusts of wind, distant water sounds, and even moisture or frost will appear on the railings in midsummer, and this heightens the sense of supernatural presences. Historical context adds depth to the legend as well. This bridge spans areas that were once home to small towns, farms, and roads that are, of course, now under Lake Lanier. This includes sites that are directly tied to Oscarville. Hmm? Fatal car accident. What'd she say?
Stone.
Stone. What? Do we have a new ghost? Are you a new ghost?
I don't know. They haven't said another name.
Maybe Stone is their name.
Could be.
I mean, people be naming their kids all kinds of crazy shit.
Sure.
Mhm. Especially nowadays. Lord.
I know.
Anyway, I lost that. Damn it! These ghosts keep making me lose my place. Oh, there we go. Fatal car accidents in the area provide a grounding in reality while leaving room for the unexplained. Many believe that the Phantom Hitchhiker is not alone on this bridge, and that the spirits of the submerged town sometimes reach the surface, making Brown's Bridge a thin veil between the two worlds.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. So local lore includes specific patterns and warnings. It is said that that the hitchhiker appears most frequently on foggy nights or the anniversary of her death. And when if you honk your horn, flashing headlights, or calling her name aloud could provoke or even intensify the haunting. Drivers often feel compelled to follow her directions, like as if they don't have a choice. They experience their heart racing as if like almost panic attack,
Mhm.
or even brief moments of paralysis.
That's what would creep me out.
Right, not being able to move. Some report encountering her multiple times at the same location, suggesting that the haunting is persistent and localized to this one spot.
Hmm.
So, whether she is the restless spirit of a woman lost in a tragic accident decades ago or a manifestation of the sorrow and unrest from Lake Lanier submerged towns, the Phantom Hitchhiker remains one of the lake's most chilling and persistent legends, alongside the Lady of the Lake. For those who do encounter her, the experience is immediate and visceral. A fleeting presence, sudden chill, wet footprints, or icy air, strange sounds from below, and the undeniable feeling that Brown's Bridge and the waters it spans is a place where the boundary between life and death is extremely thin. Beneath the calm surface of Lake Lanier lies a world of murky depths, sunken roads, and forgotten structures, a realm that has earned a chilling reputation among professional divers, rescue teams, and even thrill seekers. For those who descend into these waters, the lake is not merely a reservoir, it is a place where the living brush against the lingering presence of the dead. Many divers report an immediate feeling of being watched as they descend into the water. The water often grows unnaturally cold, and currents sometimes move in ways that feel deliberate, pushing or pulling them as if unseen hands are guiding or even warning them. Right. Some describe tingling numbness or a heavy pressure in their limbs, sensations that vanish upon surfacing, but leave lingering unease. Visibility can suddenly shift with murky water clearing or even reflecting light unnaturally, adding to that sense that the lake itself is aware of the intruders. That'd be some shit.
It would, wouldn't it?
It'd be underwater, it's murky as hell, and all of a sudden it's crystal clear. That would freak me out.
Me too.
So the submerged structures seem to act as a magnet for paranormal activities. Divers recount discovering vehicles underwater, sometimes with glowing lights or even shadows inside, but there's actually no one in it. Shadowy humanoid figures are occasionally seen moving along the lake bed, but they vanish when they're approached. And personal items like shoes and tools appear to float or shift inexplicably. Some divers even report seeing strange shapes or symbols etched into sunken foundations as if they were left behind by those who once lived there. Mm-hmm. Like, this place is creepy, dude.
Mhm.
uh, Sounds play a haunting role in these encounters as well. Divers report muffled cries, whispering voices, and names being called. So that would creep me the fuck out. To be out there by myself and hear my name be called.
I know.
Oh my God. Oh, I would run like I've never ran before. So this seemingly emanates from the depths or through dive masks. So dive masks typically, like they have usually have like speakers or whatever. They seem to hear this stuff come through.
Yeah, that would be creepy.
That would be way too much, right?
Mhm.
And through other underwater communication systems. Some claim to hear the laughter or sobbing of children. This is often heard near. She didn't tell me nothing. I don't know who she told. She told something to someone. She didn't tell me nothing. This is often heard near the submerged school foundations. Adds to the surreal and unsettling layer of the experience. These sounds are sometimes reported by multiple divers simultaneously, suggesting a shared or collective encounter with the lake spirits.
That's wild.
Right. Environmental oddities further heighten the dread. Sudden swirls of murky currents, localized bubbles rising from the lake floor, and unexplained fog or mist within submerged areas suggest that the lake itself may be acting to the presence of the intruders. That's like the people in the water, obviously. These phenomena often occur in areas tied to the tragic events or the sunken communities themselves, so like the towns.
You said, can you help her?
What do you need help with, ma'am? I think she's a nice one. She seems to be nice. Yeah, we'll see. So this reinforces the connection that is believed to be there between the lake's haunting and its past. So some firsthand accounts provide some of these harrowing details, most of them actually. One diver exploring a sunken farmstead near Thompson Bridge reported the water growing unnaturally cold and heavy, as though an invisible weight had been pressed on his chest. His flashlight illuminated a very faint, hovering figure above the lake bed, which disappeared the moment he tried to approach it. Another diver described an eerie glow within a sunken vehicle, accompanied by a sudden sense of dread and intense compulsion to surface even though no one was near him. The psychological effects of these encounters are profound. Divers often experience vertigo, panic, and an overwhelming surge to ascend as if some unseen force is urging them to get away. Many report reoccurring visits to the same locations, suggesting that certain areas are particularly active or haunted. Their equipment sometimes malfunctions inexplicably, air tanks behave unusually, cameras fail, lights flicker. All of this adds to that tangible, uneasy realism that is the lake.
Right.
That's so fucking creepy, dude. So time-specific patterns have also been noted. Some phenomena appear to spike around anniversaries of the drownings or even storms, when seasonal variations such as, fog of October seem to heighten all of this activity. Witnesses describe long-term emotional effects as well, such as sleep disturbances, nightmares, and lingering anxiety even after leaving the lake, proving that this encounter does not end simply because you have resurfaced. These terrifying encounters reinforce the idea that Lake Lanier's depths are more than murky water and sunken roads. They may harbor the souls of those lost in the lake's history, from residents of the submerged towns to victims of accidents and drownings. Some divers speculate that these underwater spirits may even connect with the surface level apparitions, like I said.
She said jewelry.
She needs help with jewelry?
Apparently.
What?
She said behind you.
There is nothing behind me. What? Maybe she's talking about behind you. You got to be specific, girlfriend. There's 4 of us out here. Don't nobody know which one you're talking to. You got to be specific. Okay. Forming a web of restless energy that stretches across the entirety of the lake. Divers emerge shaken, their stories echoing the same themes: sudden cold, unseen presences, glowing apparitions, muffled voices, and the inescapable sense that something in the depths is watching, waiting, and even remembering. For those who dare to descend, Lake Lanier is not simply a body of water. It is a haunting, living repository of sorrow, loss, and unresolved spirits. Beyond its serene surface, Lake Lanier holds a dark and unsettling reputation. Over the decades, countless boating accidents, drownings, and mysterious disappearances have contributed to the lake's legacy as a place of fear and caution. Locals speak of the water as restless and almost alive, carrying the memories, grief, and spirits of those lost to its depths. Boaters and anglers frequently report strange behavior from their vessels: compasses spinning uncontrollably, motors stalling without reason, or ropes tangling as if snagged by invisible hands. Even in calm conditions, sudden waves may rise or currents shift unnaturally, creating a sensation that the water itself is resisting or warning intruders. At night, the lake can take on a dark metallic sheen, reflecting moonlight in a way that seems almost unnatural. Sometimes shadowy figures or faint lights rise from beneath the surface, vanishing the instant they are approached. Witnesses also describe wildlife behaving oddly: birds circling in strange patterns or fish darting frantically near certain areas. This all adds to that sense that the lake itself reacts to the unseen presence. Seasonal and weather-related phenomena such as the fog, mist, or lightning strikes often coincide with these sightings, intensifying the eerie atmosphere. Floating debris or water reflections sometimes form patterns that resemble faces or figures.
Faces part would be crazy.
Right. This all giving the impression that the lake is actively manifesting the spirits beneath it. Historical echoes further deepen the lake's haunting. Sightings of ghostly rowboats, lights from submerged homes, or faint sounds of past activity, such as laughter from children, distant church bells, or the creaking of old bridges, suggest that the lives of those from submerged towns, like the 3 that we went into, still linger, leaving subtle imprints on the water above. Swimmers report being pulled suddenly, feeling invisible hands tug at them, or encountering strange localized currents that defy natural explanation. Divers' experiences below the surface often mirror these same reports, creating a sense that the lake itself is a living repository for the unrest. Ain't no fucking way. You grab my ass. Nope, I would never go in water again. Many who venture onto the water experience lasting psychological effects: a compulsion to leave quickly, a sense of being watched, or lingering unease that persists for days after leaving the lake.
She said they hide, girl.
Who's hiding? What? God, I can't with this one. She don't make no sense. Don't nobody know what you talk about, girlfriend. You're going to have to be specific and explain, because we have no idea what you're talking about. Some areas are repeatedly cited as hot spots, locations where unexplained phenomena occur again and again. So, haunted and dangerous.
The slap a hoe track.
The combination of haunted bridges, the Lady of the Lake, divers' underwater encounters, and the restless waters creates a chilling ecosystem of supernatural activity. Lake Lanier is more than a recreational site. It is a living memorial of sorrow, tragedy, and unresolved spirits, a place where history, grief, and the unexplained converge. For those who approach its surface or descend into its depths, the lake leaves a lasting impression, a foreboding sense that it remembers and watches, that some part of the past is never truly at rest. Every ghost story tied to Lake Lanier, so the Lady in Blue, the Phantom Hitchhiker, the Voices in the Depths, the Lady of the Lake, and so on, has its roots in real, tangible tragedy. So these are all real people that died here.
Right.
The hauntings aren't just tales for campfires. They're echoes of the submerged towns, displaced families, drowned victims, and sudden accidents. Beneath the surface, history lingers and it refuses to be forgotten. What makes Lake Lanier especially chilling is the way that tragedy seems to repeat itself here. Each new drowning, boat crash, or unexplained disappearance doesn't just claim another victim, it unfolds into the existing folklore, strengthening the lake's reputation as being cursed. The cycle feels unbroken, as if the water itself demands more stories to be added to its depths. So, like I said earlier, since the lake's creation in the 1950s, more than 700 deaths. Since the lake's creation, like I said earlier, in the 1950s, more than 700 deaths have been recorded within its waters, many occurring during the summer months when the lake is busiest and most alive with activity. For some, this seasonal rhythm makes the tragedies feel almost ritualistic, another chapter in the haunting story that refuses to end. Yes.
She's back.
Fucking Catherine, go away. Ugh. For those who live near the lake, this history is more than legend. Residents and visitors alike have shared their stories online and in local interviews. Shadows spotted moving across the water, sudden chills while swimming, strange feelings of dread near the bridges, and many admit to avoiding the lake entirely after dark. This fear isn't simply about ghostly apparitions. It's about what the lake represents, a reminder that tragedy never truly stays buried. Across cultures, water has been viewed as a boundary between the living and the dead, a mirror where spirits linger or cross over. Lake Lanier, with its flooded cemeteries, lost towns, and unending string of accidents, embodies that belief more than most. It feels less like a reservoir and more like a vessel, one filled not only with water, but with memory, loss, and unfinished stories. And so, the legend continues. The past bleeds into the present, and the line between history and haunting grows thinner with each passing year. If the lake was born from displacement and tragedy, perhaps it's only natural that its spirits remain unsettled, ensuring that Lake Lanier's dark history will continue to ripple through time, shaping the fears and imaginations of all who hear its name. Lake Lanier is a place of contradictions. By day, it shimmers under the sun, inviting laughter, boating, and recreation. But by night, it holds a darker presence, a depth of memory, loss, and lingering spirits. What makes this lake so captivating is not just its size or beauty, but the layers of history and tragedy that lie beneath its surface. So we've traced the story from the fertile farmlands and vibrant communities that once thrived here, through the violent displacement of Oscarville and other towns, to the creation of the lake itself, a human ambition that reshaped both land and life. Along the way, we encountered ghost stories, unexplained phenomena, and chilling tales that suggest the lake's water remembers what humans have tried to bury. The hauntings, legends, and mysterious encounters are more than superstition. They are echoes of real people and real communities, reminding us that history never truly disappears. Descendant stories, archaeological discoveries, and commemorative events continue to honor the lives submerged beneath the lake, ensuring that memory persists alongside recreation. Lake Lanier teaches us that beauty and tragedy often coexist. Its serene waters hide unmarked graves, lost homes, and the weight of displacement, racial injustice, and human ambition. It is a place where the past and present intertwine, where supernatural tales are inseparable from historical truth. For those who visit or live near the lake, it is impossible to ignore its presence. The stories of the Lady of the Lake, Phantom Hitchhikers, the other restless spirits, and divers encounters all point to the enduring legacy of what has been lost and the lives that still haunt the waters. So, the next time you see Lake Lanier, whether sparkling in the afternoon sun or shrouded in nighttime fog, remember that beneath its surface lies more than just water. It holds centuries of human experience, triumph, loss, sorrow, and mystery. And perhaps if you are quiet enough and brave enough, you might feel the echoes of the past brushing against the present, whispering that some stories never truly end. And as the moonlight glints off the lake's still waters, casting long shadows across the surface, remember this: every ripple may hide a story, Every fog shrouded bend may conceal a spirit, and somewhere beneath the dark depths, the past is still very much alive, watching, waiting, and whispering its secrets to anyone who dares to listen.
I think we should go visit.
And that's Lake Lanier.
God.
Oh!
Bitch, thank God. Go fuck. Not today, Satan.
At least you let me finish.
I know. She's happy because you're closer to her now.
Maybe she didn't like me being way over there.
I know.
Maybe she wants to be my best friend.
She might. That's a funny way of showing it, but she might.
I know.
That'd be one hell of a best friend to have.
Casper the friendly ghost.
I know, right? Here comes the new Casper.
Be Catherine the friendly ghost.
Look at you!
Then you have Eric.
Oh. Eric is a dick. I like Catherine.
I like Eric.
I bet you did.
He was nice to me.
Catherine was nice to me.
He liked everything that I said.
He did.
He did not like you.
He did not like any fucking thing I said.
Every time you had something to say, he was just butting right in.
You know what? Just like most guys.
So funny. Even a ghost man is like, fuck
I
you,
know,
Mandy.
I can't even make a ghost fucking happy.
Oh, she's at hell.
Fuck you, bitch.
Maybe she's agreeing with you.
Or she's just feeling fucking sorry for me.
You know, I'm leaving all this in, right?
Huh?
I'm leaving all that in.
I think you should.
Because it's great.
It is.
But yep, that's Lake Lanier.
I think we should go visit.
It's a long one, but
You keep avoiding what I'm saying because
I don't know if I want to go there though.
Oh, right. That's all the way hill back. over
Yeah, that's the East Coast, girl.
there. That's over 1,000 miles away. Trust me, I just
Because
drove about 100.
Georgia's farther than North Carolina from here.
take a trip.
So, guys, make sure you come back Friday for our spooky bonus this week.
Ew, I hit my hand. Do you remember what it is?
Oh, it's a good one. It's an old one.
Okay, but what is it?
I can't tell you. I'll hint to you. It's happened right after one witch trial in one country and right before.
The Salem witch trials?
No, that was like the big American witch trials. So one country had a witch trial. Okay. This happened shortly after that and shortly before America's witch trials. That is our
All of them are.
spooky bonus for Friday. See if anybody can figure it out what I'm talking about. Probably not. It's a good one though. Yep. You'll like that one. Yep. Okay. That's it.
I think you should tell me.
Don't forget to subscribe so you get those notifications when these new episodes drop. Give us a rate and a review because that helps us find new listeners. Well, I get new listeners find us.
Ring the bell icon.
Yep, little bell, subscribe, follow, depending on which platform you listen on. And with that, we will be back on Friday. So we hope you keep listening and remember to
Watch for monsters.
and don't kill people. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.